Thank you for joining me on day 12 of the Python Programming Challenge. Have you ever wondered how to use comments in Python, where to use it, the different ways to go about it? Then you're in luck. My name is Fumlayo from Bet Media, and on day 12, I will be talking about Python comments. Let's go. Welcome back to day 12 of Python programming. This is going to be like the easiest thing you would ever learn about Python because it's just working with comments. What are comments, you might ask? They are line of codes that are not executed, but they are used to explain your code, to make it more readable, to leave note or reminder for yourself because you might be working on a lot of codes. And as every programmer does, we sometimes forget some of our codes if after we've worked on it for a very long time. So it's always advisable to leave like little note or reminder for yourself so that when you come back to the code months later, or if someone else is taking on the project, they might be able to understand your thought process. And code comment helps you to clarify what a specific part of your program does, especially when you are working on complex codes. So there are types of comments. There's single line comments, and then there's multi-line comments. So, and we'll start with single line comment. Single line comment begins with an hash symbol. So everything you write after the hash symbol is completely ignored by Python. And then you can write your hash symbol at the beginning of the line, or you can also write it like at the end of the code. So everything written after this hash is completely ignored. So this is how you write a single line comment. So Python doesn't have like a built-in syntax for multi-line. So what if you don't want to write just one line? You want to like write a detailed explanation of the code. So there's no like built-in syntax for multi-line. Otherwise, however, English language just disappear from my head. However, there are two common ways that you can add multi-line comments. That is by using the simple line comment, or you use quotes. You use triple quotes. So, for example, show you how you can use this hash symbol when you have multi-line comments. So, an example is this: imagine you want to write multi-line. Multi-line means comment that exceeds one line, so like three lines of comment. So you can do that by writing an hash in front of every line. Do not forget the hash because let me show you. Imagine you forget to write the hash, you get an error. You get an error because this is an invalid syntax. So you have to always add the hash so Python knows that this is a comment. So you can either do this by adding an hash to every line. But when you don't have lots of lines, it might not be convenient to always add hash to every single line. That's why you use triple quotes. You can either use triple single quotes or triple double quotes to make your multi-line comment. And let me show you both. And this should not be confused with a string because we usually put our strings in quotes, but you see these are single quotes and these are triple quotes. So triple quotes automatically is a comment, not a string, which is single quotes. So if we run this entire part is ignored. So now a single triple quote, for example, let me show you that. So this is triple single quotes. What triple single quotes here? 1, 2, 3. So they are single and they appear three times. Triple double quotes. 1, 2, 3. They appear three times and they are double quotes. So we run this, then all this is treated as a comment and then it only prints this. While technically these are multi-line strings, they function as comments which are not used as part of the code. So they do not affect the program execution. It does nothing. It's just a reminder or an explanation of the code. So why do you use code? Code helps in explaining the code. You explain the purpose of a function or a tricky logic or anything in the code, and it makes your code readable. Well commented code are easy to understand, especially when you're revisiting it after a long period of time. And collaboration, like I said, when you're working in a team, leaving comments helps your other developers to understand the code or to understand why you added that code, your thought process behind it. So this is an example of that. So this is an example. You're stating that what you want to do next is to calculate the sum of two numbers, and then we have a equals to 5 and b equals to 10, and then total. Total is a plus b. So yeah, what are you doing? You're adding the two numbers. But this is maybe not really needed because from looking at this expression, you already know that your equation, you're already adding two numbers, so a plus b equals to total. So this is, you already know that, so maybe this might not be actually needed because you can see. But if it's like you're working with new developers, then it might be helpful because they are also learning the process. And then you print out your total, you're displaying your result, and as usual, everything after the hash sign is completely ignored, and then we get our total. So now what are the best practices for comments? Because you don't want to have a piece of code and then it is covered in comments left, right, top, back, and center. So you should use your comment to explain why and not what. Why you're doing it, not what you are doing. Like you see, what this is what you're doing. And this already explains that. As I said, that this part is not needed. Good comment explains the reasoning behind the code, not just what the code does. So example of like unnecessary comment is this. A equals to set 10, set variable a to 10. That is already what this is. A equals to 10 is already setting a to 10. So there is really no need to comment it because the code is already self-explanatory. Now, example of a useful comment you might want. So now what is an example of a useful comment? This, for example, this is an if statement that is validating a user input. So you can see this comment is needed because you're like, oh, validate input, validate email user input. So that's what writing is, that we're checking if the user's input is a valid email address. So you can see this is explaining why and not what. Why is this code there? Is to check to see if the user input is a valid email address. So the comment explains why the if statement exists and the purpose of the function, not what the function is doing, is why, to see if the user is input is a valid email address. Another reason why you might use comment is for debugging purposes. So imagine you have a large piece of code and then your code is not running. You can temporarily disable parts of your code by turning them into comments, and this would be helpful in your debugging process. So example of that. So imagine you are debugging. So by commenting this out, it treats it as a comment. And then by removing the arch sound, it becomes a code back. So having lots of code by commenting out, it helps you to disable part of the code so you can really get into the debugging. And then when you're done debugging, you can uncomment it and then it becomes part of the code. So the first print statement is commented out and it will not run, allowing you to test other parts of the code. And now finally we have inline comment. Inline comment is like we've been doing earlier, writing comment at the end of the line of the code. And then it should not be done every time. And then when you're using inline comment, you should make sure you leave two spaces between the code and then the comment. So example is this. You can see we have two spaces between the code and then the line of comments, and then it should be short and straight to the point. You don't want to have like a very long comment in your inline comment. So like I said, this is the simplest but also the most helpful while you're on your programming journey, to be able to go back to the code you've written months ago and still be able to understand it because of all these little comments explaining why you're doing that code and not what the code is doing, why, so you can easily like remember what you were thinking about or why the code was there in the first instance. As always, there are practice questions for you to try out. Try them out. Let me know how you solve it in the comment section. And let me know in the comments how commenting has helped you remember some of the codes that you have done previously. That's it for this video. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, to share, and to leave a comment. And the link to the notebook that we worked on is available in my GitHub. Link is in the description. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.